Assalamu alaikum दोस्तों, welcome to a new video from Darr-e-Arqam goat farm. दोस्तों, today this video will be in English. A lot of customers from outside India want to know more about goats and goat farming in India. So we have today the owner of Darr-e-Arqam goat farm, Mr. Mudassir Petiwala, with us to give some of the answers related to goat farming. So let's continue the video with him. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So thank you Mudassir bhai for giving us time
You're
and
welcome.
share your knowledge regarding the goat farm. So can you please just give like a overview about goat farming in India and basically about stall feeding and how some of the farmers like you and other farms in this area are successful today, in stall feeding.
See, if you look at what is the goat farming present scenario in India, is obviously the consumptions and all those things. Because you can obviously check on Google, you will get a great idea of the amount of meat consumption which is happening in India, and especially the meat which is low on fat, low on cholesterol, unlike buffalo meat, or I would say even chicken meat. Fish and goat meat is actually the best for the health. At the same point of time, if you see, this kind of farming has also been a very key element for rural economy. A lot of poor farmers, if you see, or a lot of low level farmers, if you see, from across India, especially from Rajasthan and all these belts, have been breeding goats over the years. And there are two purposes. One is for the meat, and the other is for kurbani purpose.
Okay.
That meat purpose is when we say is that the daily cutting meat, that we call about kattu meats. And then we have the kurbani goats, where we have all the breeds like Sojat, Siroi and Gujri, which is predominantly running apart from Kota and Sanin and all those. If you look at closely, the best selling goats as of now, because see, our economy, our country, India, is more of a middle class and more of a salaried and small business driven country. So we would see a lot of economical goats selling much faster at much faster pace, and we have been seeing this trend for past 10 years. This has been going around in India. So Siroi and Gujri especially has been the main driver. And apparently we have also seen another breed which is native to Gujarat, which is called as Majedos. And inshallah you will see a lot of Majedos also coming up in our farm at Darr-e-Arqam goat farm, and probably in and around all these areas in Patga, where we have about at least 8 to 9 farms. So see, what I would say is this business wise is very good. You need to breed it according to the perspective of raising it on weight gains. Because apparently what we have seen is customers are talking a lot about weights, then they talk about quality, and then they could talk about beauty and all those things. So it's a very brief discussion, and then if you want any further details, Asimba, you can ask. I will be specific on your answer in that case.
Yeah, so like stall feeding versus grazing. Grazing is a kind of like a free range goat farming, you can say. So my primary question was like, you people are doing this stall feeding. So is this successful? Because you are spending money in the feed, rental basis and everything.
See, as you rightly pointed out, there are two types of farming. One is stall feeding, and other is your grazing. The grazing part is when you are in a rural area, probably like Bhiwandi, what we are at Padga, or probably in somewhere in Rajasthan, where you have a lot of flora and fauna around you. So in the morning, probably you can take your goats outside, and then they can graze it on some rice straws, or some plants here and there. That is also good, but at the same point of time, stall feeding is what the trend is as of now. If you are looking for weight gain, as I was telling you in our previous discussion, that raising goats for meat is predominantly profitable in India, and stall feeding is actually better when I say in terms of especially in terms of weight gain, because the amount of grains or feed or all those things what you spend is, if it is more than proportional to what the weight gain, then you are there.
Yeah, I
They're
think
right
like
up to the
stall
mark.
feed is more important for Bakra Eid goats.
Bakri goat,
And
I would
as
say.
you mentioned before, those Kattu goats, because they are sold at a very young age also, and a lot of times their weight doesn't matter
Absolutely.
as of the Bakra Eid goats.
See,
So those can be do on grazing.
those can be done on the grazing, but at the same time, even if you look at what purchasing which is happening for Kattu goats is predominantly happening on weights. They look at the goats like that, probably in Devnar Mandi or any Mandi, I would say,
Yeah.
and they look at the size of the animal and then they talk about the
Yeah.
weights.
Yeah, but breed doesn't matter in that
Breed
case.
absolutely does not matter. You have a better understanding of mandis,
Yeah.
Kalyan mandis, and Devnar mandis. So that's where we are coming on. The breed is not at all important over there.
Yeah.
More important is the animal. And at the same point of time, they don't even look at probably what animals are. If there is some defect, there is some here and there, because it's normal in Kattu meat. But
Yeah.
in Kurbani, definitely you have to take care of everything. The animal should be proper. You should walk on proper four legs. Its eyesight should be proper. Ears should be proper. So that is one of the reason. Also, the stall feeding is there, because once the goats go outside, they get some small kind of horns in here and there. A lot of cysts comes around in and around body. So that is very important, and especially when we are doing Kurbani, we need to have a stall feeding setup in place.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much. And if anybody wants more knowledge of anything, can contact you, right?
I would say it's a lovely idea what you have given, Asim bhai. Especially to some of my friends who are international and born and brought up over there, and maybe they don't have any idea about what's happening in goat farming, and probably they are not able to come in terms of what Urdu and Hindi, what generally we talk about. So it's a nice initiative, and I really admire what you have done. And maybe someone can call me up and they can get information in their own tongue. Probably they can help you.
Can please share your number?
My number is 989 222 1706.
And you also run a YouTube channel, which is Darr-e-Arqam Goat Farm.
Absolutely.
I'll put the link in the description
Sure.
for anyone who want to come and subscribe your channel.
Definitely.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.